What's going on, guys? Your boy Anarchy here. A lot of you guys haven't seen my face in a while, so here it is. This video is a little catch-up of what's been going on with me and just life in general. The past 4 or 5, maybe even 6 months it's been since I've uploaded. But while I talk about everything, I'm going to be playing Party Animals, as you see behind me. But yeah, let's go ahead and get queued up and we will start talking about some stuff. So some of you may know that I was previously a GM at Papa John's in a city about an hour away from me. But I got let go, and it just, in all reality, it wasn't really meant to be, which I'm fine with that. I am back at a different Papa John's, come here, bitch, as a driver for now. I went about a month without a job until Papa John's hired me, and I was really trying to stay away from the whole going back over there scene, but it is what it is. I applied at a bunch of different places. I had an interview with Publix that fell through. Said they'd set up a second interview with me, and they never did. And I didn't hear back from anybody else until Papa John's hired me. Oh, get up. Oh, you bitch. I didn't hear from anybody until Papa John's hired me. I heard from a Longhorns up the road. After I got the job, and I heard from another place, Uline, which is a warehouse job that pays pretty good, but they're very hard to get into. If any of you guys know about that place, you know that it's a hard place to get into. And I heard from them almost immediately after I applied. I was supposed to have an interview with them on the 31st, but I got sick, and I rescheduled the interview for next Monday, and hopefully that goes well. Need to tidy up myself and everything, to trim up a little bit, but yeah, man, I mean, when I was the GM of the Anawkie store, I had no life, man. Like, I was there all the time. There was times I slept there. There was times that I wouldn't ever be able to even like sit here and game like I am now. Yeah, actually the entire time I was GM, I didn't game at all. I think I gamed the first day I was GM, because the first day was pretty simple. And then I started learning more stuff I needed to know how to do as the boss, and it got more and more difficult, and my staff wasn't really what I needed them to be as far as staff. And everything just got harder as time went on. So I'm not going to blame my staff for everything. I mean, a lot of it was my fault, but not being taught the proper things to do from the get-go was the fault of people above me. They just, oh, he's been in the industry for so long, he knows how to do this shit. No, that's not how that works. But nonetheless, I've been very, especially after I got fired, I've been very upset about the whole thing, because I was making decent money, and that money would have done a lot, like, good for me. One of the biggest things that impacted The money side of everything was I got into my first ever car accident, like actual car accident, on my way home one night. It was like 3 in the morning, and I just got done cleaning the whole store. Been there for 3-4 hours after we closed. We just got like a really bad health inspection score, so I was trying to make sure that our reinspection was better than the original, obviously. And I hit a deer. Never hit one before. Like I said, never been to an accident, nothing like that. Been close calls before, but never actually hit one. After that, I didn't have my car for like 2.5 months, something like that. Don't camp like a little bitch. Ugh! Thanks. I can't see. Don't camp like a little bitch. Oh! I'm dead. But it was like 2.5 months I didn't have my car, and all the money that I had, like from my paychecks, which I got paid every other week over there, which was ass, went to my normal bills, getting Ubers to go over there, which was like ranging from $70 to $95 per Uber. And as time went on, it got more and more expensive. And then eventually getting a rental, which at the time I didn't have rental insurance, like coverage, just because I didn't really know how that kind of stuff worked. Before all this happened, my deductible was also very, very high, to have a lower like monthly bill, which I changed the day that my accident happened for obvious reasons. But a lot of stuff was put into perspective when I was over there. And I mean, like I said a minute ago, like that store was my life for the 3.5 months I was there. I literally was too tired when I came home to even try to sit here and even try to play a game. And I was miserable because of, not just because of that, but because of the store itself. I was, in a college town, and a lot of my staff were students, and I had to, I didn't have to, but I chose to, do a lot of stuff, not even outside of my job, but just extra for my staff, because I'm just, a nice person. And I went above and beyond for them when I didn't even get an inch of that in return from anybody. I had a few people here and there help me as far as financially when it came to my car situation, which if they see this, I thank them for that. But all in all, the whole experience doing it was miserable. And I wouldn't say the experience of doing it was miserable. It was the experience of doing it in that franchise. And I didn't think that I was actually, after it all happened, obviously, I didn't think I was actually going to be there for long anyways. And just felt like that I was there to keep it warm for somebody else, which is eventually what ended up happening. And I mean, I'm at good terms with it now. I mean, I had a month to, I was told by my friends and family members to not take a break, which I initially wasn't going to, but I took a day break, and then I started applying to different jobs, because I couldn't afford to sit around and not do anything. And even while I was applying and waiting for responses, I was door dashing every day. My last paycheck I got from there, I used to get my car back, which I did get my car back, which thankfully, shout out to the body shop I took it to. I was supposed to owe them $3,000 for the repairs, because altogether it was $5,000, and my insurance company gave me $500 early on because they quoted the damages to be only $300 or $500, and my deductible was $2,500. Well, bill came through, it was $5,000, and my insurance company gave them the rest of what they owed them, but I still owed the $2,500. Well, I used the $500 they initially gave me for part of my first rental, first time around. And when it came time to paying the full $3,000, I only had $15,000, which was my last paycheck, which was my salary. And I had, a friend helping me with the other half. Well, he showed up to the body shop, and they told me that, with my friend there helping pay the other half, they told me total was $900. Ooh. And when I tell you guys, I almost cried. I was holding back tears, and they were just like, "Merry Christmas." So I used the other $400 that had left over to get some food, and I paid my phone bill for the month with the rest. Then I've been door dashing ever since. Well, then I finally got the job with Papa John's as a driver. I knew from the get-go, like, I wouldn't be making great money, hourly or even, tips-wise. I'd have to work pretty much all day to make good tips. My second day there was New Year's Eve. I almost made $300 in tips. And I worked 10 hours. Which, that's, people who don't know the aspect of that, it's really fucking good money. I paid a few bills with that. A lot of this has been like, pay a bill here, pay a bill there, and then, feed myself, because I need to eat. I got sick again sometime last week, which caused me to call out 2 days in a row. And I literally slept all day. I didn't do anything else. I didn't even try DoorDash. I was bedridden. And that was also the same time I was supposed to have the interview with the Uline, which ended up not happening. Well, not happening, but I rescheduled, like I said earlier. So they're a very hard place to get into. Also, like I said earlier. But the position that I applied for starts off at $27 an hour, which is really good. I'm hoping that I get it. So me saying that, we get into a little bit different topic away from what's been going on and what I want to be going on, the future. So say I get this job, which I hope I do. If I don't, then I'll find somewhere else. But right now, being a driver at Papa John's is okay. I'm making decent money, and the schedule is fine. I have no responsibilities other than taking a pizza to somebody's house, and that's that. And I've helped them with management stuff here and there, just because they know that I've been a manager and I know more stuff than any of them do. And I told them, like, hey, if y'all need help, I'm here for you. I'll help you out. And I don't want to overstep any boundaries, obviously, so I keep it to a minimal. But if this does go through and I get this job, I will be working both at Uline and at Papa John's. I'll be working at Papa John's on the weekends until I feel like I'm good as far as job security and all that kind of stuff, and just to make some extra money to get stuff back in order as far as my bills and such. You fucking bitch. But I am under the impression that the house I'm currently in, we just signed another year lease, and I believe, like I said, I'm under the impression that this is it. When our lease comes up in, I think it's November, we're all going our separate ways. And I don't have anywhere to go. And I need to find out what I'm going to do as far as that and getting stuff paid off and caught up and everything. One of my biggest things while I was looking for a job that made me mad was I'd be door dashing, right? And I'd be going to fancy neighborhoods, whatever. I'd see all these nice houses and stuff, and think about when I had my own place, and all my friends who have their own places and friends who have their own houses, and when I lived with my friend Josh at his house and his apartment and stuff, and that was recent. And I'm just like, damn, like, it would make me mad because I'm just like, I want my own house, I want my own place, and I have come to terms with a lot of stuff that I in the past have kind of pushed off to the side, just because I'm always made the excuse of, my childhood was taken away from me over, just stuff that happened throughout my life. From, shit that happened to me with family, with, my father and stuff like that. I was never able to truly be a kid. And I've been making the excuse for the past 5, 6, 7 years that, I can be a kid now. Well, with going from the top of the food chain at work to the bottom, I've always been humble. So being a humble person, being humbled again, is eye-opening. And having, like, after it all happened, I was really upset. Then I got really mad. And I've been mad. My best friend was just here with his wife and his kids, and there was a day that, something happened between me and another friend who was here. And, we had a conversation outside, and it made me really upset what he told me. And I lost my shit. And he told me he knew I was going to get mad about what he told me. And he didn't take it personally. He didn't take it any kind of way. But after he left, and he left out of respect of, me being mad, he didn't want to make the situation worse. And this is my assumption. He hasn't told me why he left, but my assumption is he left out of respect that he didn't want to make anything worse. He left out of respect that he knew he was at my house. And he, like I said, he didn't want to make the situation worse. And I give him respect for that, and I've since then have apologized to him about how I reacted. But I was so mad. Like, I took it out on my best friend, on Woozy, and obviously I made it up with him, within 10 minutes of being mad at him. But I had so much rage. I got into it with my sister the other day about some dumb shit, about how I think about certain things. And a lot of things have been put in perspective, just how I think about things, how I have to, stop being so immature about a lot of things and just take responsibility, not just, feel like I am taking responsibility, but actually take responsibility for shit. Because if I don't, I'm gonna be in this loop, this circle forever, and I don't want to be in that circle. The only person who can get me out of this loop is me. Fucking yeah, knock your teammate out, dumb bitch. But it took me a few days to be by myself, which I did on my own. I made myself alone because I needed to stay away from people. Because I didn't want to take my anger out on anybody else, and I already did. But, and like I said, initially this whole anger came from, the whole firing. That I will stand on this hill till I die was wrong. It was a wrongful fire. Everything that they wanted me to do, asked me to do as far as being the GM, I did. I did everything. And I was taking my anger out on the wrong people instead of just being like, it is what it is, let's move past it. I talked to people from the store after it for a long time, until I started realizing that there was people there that I thought I could trust that I realistically couldn't. And it broke my heart. Which is probably another reason why I got so angry. I tend to trust people way too easily because I always see the good in people. And I have recently learned that I have to stop doing that. I have to make people earn their trust with me. You know, vice versa. I can't just expect people to trust me from the get-go. If you don't trust me, oh well, you know. But going back to what I was saying a minute ago, you know, the whole thing was me being jealous of how people in my life have, you know, moved forward, and you know, I don't understand how people have been able to, have been able to, you know, get so far, and I'm sitting here like, what am I doing wrong? You know, like, what can I do to get to where some of the people in my life have been or already, it's like, still in? You know, as far as the, you know, getting their own place, staying out on their own, not having to move back in with their parents, you know, and stuff like that. And I understand, like, don't get me wrong, I understand the economy's been so bad the past, you know, 4 years, and everything's been super expensive, but I've had friends who've, you know, moved out and done this shit while this economy's been as bad as it's been. Just because, you know, they keep to themselves, they take responsibility for things that they do wrong, they do right, whatever, and they just keep moving. You know, with me, you know, I'll take responsibility, but then I'll, you know, go back and be, oh yeah, like, it was my fault, but it was because this person, da-da-da. Like, I am initially, but then I turn around and blame somebody else. And that's one of the big things that I want to work on. And I can't, I'm gonna say this right now too. I can't stand the, you know, new year, new me, new whatever, New Year's resolution, whatever. You can, I'm gonna say this right now too. You don't have to wait until January 1st to make a change. You don't have to wait until somebody says something to you to make a change. You can make a change any time of the year, any day, any hour, any minute, whatever. You can make a change if, you know, somebody says something to you or if you say something to yourself. You don't have to wait for, you know, other people to, and it's better for you to make, you know, changes without people telling you. Because that shows that you're learning from your mistakes. Thanks, teammate. It shows that you're learning from your mistakes and you're maturing. You know, don't get me wrong, like, I can be mature, but for the most part, I act immature, when it comes to certain things. I don't know how to handle certain situations. You know, example, what happened a few weeks ago with my friends and with my sister. I'm not gonna go back on anything I said about, you know, my store, because that was all bullshit. And anybody who was with me at the time, you know, one of my friends I was talking about a minute ago, he was there for a good portion of what was going on, and he also believes that it was bullshit. But, you know, what did I do? I mean, I was angry for a minute, and now I'm getting past it. That's the only thing I could do. I will say, one of the positives that came out of this, I caught up on a lot of sleep, man. I needed to. I was working 70, 80, 90-hour weeks when I was over there. You know, there was a lot of days where I'd get little to no sleep. And also, not to mention, I lived an hour away from that store, so sleep some days wasn't really an option. And I think I mentioned I slept at the store sometimes, so. But my goal, and like I said, with the whole New Year's resolution bullshit, I'm not even going to say my goal for this year. My goal moving forward is to... Excuse me, damn. My goal moving forward is going to be to take more responsibility when things are my fault, and to try to figure out my entire situation while I have the time to, because I have 10 months to figure this shit out, right? You know, say I don't get this job next week at my interview. Okay, find something else. Say that I do. Cool. Excuse me, damn, man. Say that I do, cool. I gotta keep my head down. I gotta, put the work in and show them, why I was the right candidate to choose. And I gotta really, really do some money management, because one of my biggest problems is I got some money, it's gonna be gone. I wish I quit fucking yawning, Jesus Christ. One of my biggest problems is, that, like I just said, and I've had, family members growing up say that they believe that, I'd be really good with my money getting older. So when I was a kid, I was, like, growing up, me and my siblings, we didn't get, an allowance, and, we didn't have the shit that the kids nowadays have growing up. Like, we didn't have for the most part, we didn't have the iPads and the computers and all this kind of shit. Like, the nicest thing we had growing up, like, me and my older sister, the nicest thing we had growing up was, we had a GameCube, right? We had them, like, when they first came out. And then after that, like, we had the GameCube for a hot fucking minute. My sister still has it. Like, our original GameCube. But after that, we got an Xbox 360, right? And then after that, like, my Xbox One, when I got my first Xbox One was when I started working at Domino's. I saved up money and I bought an Xbox One because I wanted it. But going back to that, we didn't get allowances and shit growing up. Like, we got Christmas money and birthday money, and that was it. And there were times where I would save my Christmas and birthday money for years. And, like, I would save up for something, like, I really wanted. And, there'd be some times where, like, I'd spend a little here, spend a little there. But it was never gone in one fell swoop. I can say the same thing about my older sister. My younger sibling, that shit was gone the first day we went to the mall. But when I started working, I was the same way. Like, my first job at Domino's, I was an insider, right? The position was called a CSR, customer service representative, and we would get tipped up front, and most of it was cash. We would give the customers a receipt to sign the tips to, whatever, and those would go on our paycheck. But a lot of my tips were cash, because, the old people, we don't want Uncle Sam seeing this, blah, 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 whatever, which I appreciated. I made hell of money on tips. So I showed who I was as a person. I was nice. I was kind. They asked for an extra garlic or a marinara or a ranch or whatever, I give it to them. Give them their crushed red peppers or whatever extras they asked for. I would save that tip money. Other than a few bucks I'd spend at the school store. Get my peace teas and my hot Cheetos or whatever I'd eat at school. But I saved a lot of money. My first Instagram account is proof of that. Like, I spread my money on the bed at the end of the month. But hey, I made this much this month. And all my friends on Instagram like, damn, man, like, you making that bread? And I'm like, yeah, man, like, I'm just saving it up. Well, little do people know, 3 years go by of me saving a lot of this money. I bought my Xbox One with my tip money. I bought an iPod Touch because I didn't get my first phone until I graduated. I bought my iPod Touch with tip money that I saved. When the iPod Touch, it was like the newest one. It just came out. It was like maybe 2 days old when I bought it. I bought it brand new. I bought it with tip money. It was like $300. Which the guy at Walmart looked at me weird. Some little kid, 16, 17-year-old kid buying an iPod Touch with cash. They just pulled out of his wallet, his Spider-Man wallet that I still have. My car, my first car, the Ford Explorer you guys seen on the channel too. I want to say I bought it for $900. I want to say $400 of that was with tip money that I put in the bank. And that just goes to show like how far I've gone from being really good with saving money and stuff to just spending it as soon as I get it. Because my very first paycheck, I remember like it was yesterday. My very first paycheck, right? I worked, I think, 3 or 4 days. It was like 15 hours, something like that. I made $183 before tax, and after tax it was like $162, some shit like that. And I thought I was about to like go buy a house with that shit. Like I was like, damn man, I made so much money, I'm gonna go do it. And then that's when I realized that shit ain't cheap, I went next door to the gas station. Teammate, what are we doing? Teammate, what are we doing? Literally just threw. Okay. I went next door to the gas station to buy some drinks or whatever. I think I bought like a root beer, a cherry Coke, and it was like a small bag of sour cream and onion Lay's. And it was like almost $10. And I was like, the fuck? Because like me, at like the school store or even like, what's it called, like field day and shit, like in middle school and elementary school, like they would sell you like concessions and be like, 50 cents for a can of Coke, or $1 for a bag of like a small bag of chips. Like I'm like grabbing all the stuff, like not looking at the prices as I'm grabbing them. Oh, this should be like $5, like easy $5. Man's like $8.60 or some shit. I'm just like, what the fuck? I gave my card to run it or whatever, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, why is shit so expensive? And the first time I went to Walmart to buy some stuff, I think it was like a month after I started working, I had like $400 in the bank. I was, oh yeah, I can buy like groceries for the house, like easy $100. Nope. I mean, I still bought the groceries, don't get me wrong. It was like $250. That was like half of what I had in the bank. I was like, fuck, man. Like, that was like half of my first month working, and I already spent that all on groceries for the house. But I'm still that way. Like, I'll still go out of my way. Like, last night, I made $68, and I had $25 in cash, right? And mind you, I have a bill due in 3 days. I have another one due. I have 2 due in 3 days, right? I mean, I get paid tonight, so I'm fine. I work the next 2 days, so I didn't work until Sunday. But I went to the Publix next to my job, and I texted my sister, my older sister. I was just like, hey, do you or your boyfriend need anything? She's like, no, we're good, thanks, though. Yeah, of course. And I continued to spend $50 on stuff for taco salad because I haven't had it in a minute, and I was about to spend more at Culver's. But I was like, you know what? Why don't I make myself some food? I haven't made food in a while, So, but that goes to show, like, even when I first got fired, I DoorDashed for like 3 hours. I made, I think it was like $70, and I went and I got food for me and my younger brother. And I texted him on Snapchat. I was like, hey bro, I'm bringing home some pizza. He said, I'll have a couple slices. I'm like, nah, like I got you your own pizza. And he's like, didn't you just get fired? I was like, don't worry about that. Like, we're all starving. You're hungry. Like, I got you some food. I appreciate that, man. And he comes downstairs and he fucking waffles it down. Next day, DoorDash again. I went and I got me, my older sister, and her boyfriend some food because they haven't eaten in a minute too. And they're just like, oh, shit, thanks. And I'm just like, of course. It's like, you good? I was like, yeah. I mean, I'll figure it out. Like, I will go above and beyond for, my people. I mean, I was taking, when Woozy came over, it was like first, second day. He wanted to go to the mall to get some Chinese food or whatever from the food court. I said, oh yeah, like after we get back, I'm going to drop you off. I'm going to go to DoorDash so I can, get some gas in my tank. He's like, how much you got left? I'm like, I'm about to be on the E, bro. And went to pull over to the gas station to put the $3 I had left in my account. And so I had $3 in my bank account and I had like $4 in my pocket. And this is another bad thing I do. Every time I stop at a gas station, I always go inside and get a drink. So I was going to put 4 on the pump and then use the other 3 to get a drink. So I went inside, I bought a drink, I came back out. This motherfucker's pumping my gas. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, you said you need gas. I'm like, I do, but I was gonna DoorDash later. He's like, take the day off. I'm like, come home and relax. And I was like, appreciate you, man. Like every time we went out like 4 or 5 times while he was here, like me and him. We went out the 5th time. Me and him, his wife went to dinner. Which if I had the money, I would have paid for all 3 of us, but I didn't. He even offered to pay for every time we went out for whatever. He offered to get me food or whatever. And I always said no, because I'm not trying to take away from him and his family, his girls, whatever. But going back to the original topic, because I know I yap, I apologize, but I want to get better at managing my money. I almost, yesterday when I came home, or the day before when I came home, I almost went to my sister who was on the couch with my wallet, take all 3 of my debit cards out, my DoorDash card, my money card from work, and my debit card, like my actual like Chime debit card, hand it to her and be like, do not give this to me until I absolutely need it for gas or whatever. I still might do that. Because I also have a bad habit of like memorizing my card number. Thankfully, I don't know my card number now, and I don't plan on memorizing it because I don't need to. But I have a very bad habit of spending money. One unrealistic goal for this year is I do want a house. But even if I get this job at Uline, making $27 an hour, which from my understanding, they're strict on overtime. But even if I get this job at Uline making $27 an hour and working at Papa John's, taking deliveries here and there, whatever, I realistically won't be able to get a house this year. I'll be making enough to get my own apartment. Hopefully when those go back to a reasonable price, but house ain't happening. I don't know if any of my friends are wanting to get a place. I mean, I'm still, okay with getting a place of my own, but I really want to get a fucking house, man. Like, I want to be able to, have a set place where I'm not on a time limit of how long I stay there or whatever, and I cannot have to worry about it for a while, like when I was in my first apartment. And you guys didn't see me at all when I was there. Like, I didn't do an apartment tour or anything. Like, so much shit was going on there, man. Like, it was a lot. But yeah, money management, getting a place, and one of the biggest things is my health. So I haven't been to the doctor since the day before my birthday last year. So I turned 26 last year, which meant that I was kicked off of my parents' health coverage, and that was another thing. When I was GM, I was with the money I was making, I was gonna save up and get my own health coverage with Blue Cross Blue Shield, like literally same shit I had with my mom. Everything was free. I just have to pay my monthly, whatever it is, right? So, yeah. But because everything that happened in between, getting the store and everything, like I never had the chance to put money aside to get health coverage. So, I still don't have health coverage, and nor can I afford it right now. So I haven't been able to go to even a checkup since around April last year. So my goal is to get back into that, and I want to pay my gym off so I can start going back to the gym, lose more weight. A lot of people have told me I look like I've lost weight and appreciate it. My weight has been fluctuating all year. I've been going in between 390 to 350 all year. It's been crazy. My last time I weighed myself, I was 365, which was like last week. And I kind of know why. I didn't eat a lot when I got fired. I was just kind of sat here in here and didn't want to do much. But I want to. This won't happen this year. I mean, unless I go back to my just became diabetic crazy fucking diet, which was 12 eggs a meal, going to the gym 2 times a day for 2 hours and just going fucking crazy. I lost 80 pounds in 4 months doing that, but I'm not trying to kill myself, so I want to get down to 250. That's not going to happen in a year. Like I said, unless I do that crazy shit I did before. I do want to get back to eating better. I do want to get back to, getting back to taking my insulin every meal, which these have been sitting here since I moved in. The blue one's my every meal, and the white one's my nightly. I mean, all my insulin's still good. I think they actually expire in 4 months, so I need to actually start using it because it's expensive. Check now that I'm dead. This one, expires next month. Better. This one expired. Oh, this one expired in January of last year. Sick. Glad I'm looking at these before I take them. This one also expired last year. I have more of these though, so I'm fine. I need to get back into using those. But I have a lot of goals and plans that I'm thinking about, but I want to put it out there so people who are around me that watch my YouTube videos can hold me accountable. And but hey man, how's your sugar? When's the last time you took your insulin? Did you take it? You're gonna take it before we eat, or you're gonna take it after? Or I want to see you do it, or I'm gonna beat your ass. The people I surround myself with, I know they love me. If they didn't, they wouldn't be around me. All my friends and people in my life, they put up with my bullshit on a day-to-day basis, and I appreciate you guys for that. But other than that stuff, as far as YouTube, I know it was very inconsistent last year, and I apologize for that, but as I said at the beginning of this video, a lot of stuff went on, and it was hell, man. From August to the beginning of December, it was hell. I might make a video, here soon on the entire thing, what happened from beginning to end. I might see if my old GM wants to chime in and be in it and give her, her side and how it was before I came along, and then she can just be here for, whatever, so she can know all what happened. We have talked, after I got fired, and she wanted to know what happened. I'm too, fucked up to really talk about the in-depth part of it. These Onis are really fucking annoying. But, as far as YouTube now, it's like I said last time, it's gonna be a kind of do it when I can thing. Right now I have a lot of time because I'm just a delivery driver, and especially today I'm off. I was gonna go in, but my stomach's been weird all morning. I've already been in the bathroom twice. And even the next 2 days, I don't even know, man. It's supposed to, according to forecast, we're supposed to have this big winter storm coming in, and if there's any snow, ice, whatever on the road, your boy's not going to work. I'll be straight up. Like, if there's shit on the road, like tomorrow and Friday, and then it's all sunny, clear skies, you know, Saturday and Sunday, I'll pull a double both days. But I'm not risking losing my car again. When I had the Explorer, I lost it for 8 months. Then in between losing the Explorer to getting the Malibu, I didn't have a car for a month. I just didn't have my car for 3 months. I had a rental for most of that time, but as much as I liked the Civic wasn't my boo, man. Like, I missed my boo. I went up there 4 different times just to look at it. I mean, to see the progress, but just to look at it and be like, there was one time I was like, can I see the keys? And they're just like, we can't give you the keys, sir. It's like, at least unlock it. I just want to sit in the fucking car, man. Like, I sat in there and I actually cried when I sat in my car because I missed it so much. Yeah, man, I mean, if I get this job at Uline, I might be putting out more product than I have been before. As in before, I mean, like, last year in total. Just because I have the time to. Like I said earlier, I didn't even have time to, like, sit down and sit at this computer and game while I was GM. And then, as of recent, I didn't really care to, because of how, you know, upset I was about everything. But my little teaser I put out a few weeks ago with all the stuff that I'm going to be uploading, all that's true. You know, I'm going to be doing the, you know, getting slept part 5, I think it is. Yeah, 5 or 4. I actually just found the old Getting Slept Civil War Part 3. That I rewatched. I laughed a little bit at it, and I'm probably going to use that just because it was originally supposed to be the last Civil War. I actually played with the boys the other day, and Gavin was like, Civil War? I'm like, brother, I'm not even recording right now. I'm just trying to have fun. He's like, But, I'll see how the boys think. So I did, in that video, I did put Overwatch 2. But, I'm gonna be straight up. I mean, I love Overwatch. Overwatch is great, but Marvel Rivals, man, that shit it might as well just replace it already. Like, Marvel Rivals is so fun. It's so much better than Overwatch. I mean, Overwatch lost its touch when 2 essentially came out. Taking away the 6th team member and just changing so much stuff. It's just, and I personally feel like Overwatch is woke washed. And that's just my humble opinion. Yeah, man, Marvel Rivals is the shit. And played it with the boys for the first time the other day. They had a lot of fun doing it too. And I didn't even mean to knock him out like that. I didn't even know we had 2 wins. But yeah, man. Marvel Rivals definitely coming on the channel. I'm a Moon Knight main, and then whatever the team needs, pretty much. I'll be healer, which is most of the time what I am. I love playing Loki. I love playing Mantis, Rocket, all the healers. What else did I put on that video? I'm restarting Cuphead. There's no point of me just going back to fight the devil and then, you know, being like the end. I'm gonna restart it, and I don't know if I played it on the hardest difficulty or not, but if I didn't, I'm going to. If I did, then I'm just gonna restart it. What else? Fortnite 4 or 5 years later now. I just watched the video I had for that because I did record that after the comeback video last year. I want to use it, but spoiler, I won. Victory Royale, my first match back. I guess I'll throw a clip up now of it. Ooh. No way! No way! I didn't even know how many people were left. That's crazy. I'm in shock. I'm genuinely in shock. How many kills did I got 8 kills, too? I was trying to find people the whole time. That's crazy. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, become a son of Anarchy today. Until next time, it's been your boy Anarchy. Always stay different. Peace the fuck out. Oh my god. But, I probably won't. I should do it now. Because they have the OG Fortnite back, like the season 1, like whatever. OG. I should do it now. What else do I have on there? Dreams vs. Reality, I think part 6. Get the fuck out of my face, part part R.I.P. Rachel McQuan. He started that shit. Part 2. I'm gonna tell you all this right now too. I know a lot of you guys don't like the montages. I understand that. But montages started this YouTube channel. I'm gonna start cutting them back a little bit. A lot of the series, like they get the fuck out of my face, the heart. There's another one. There's probably 2 more that I do. But all the montages, man, like I said, it started this channel. It's what got me into YouTube, really. They're not gonna go away for good ever, but I will dial back on them because I know a lot of you guys don't like that kind of stuff, especially the COD montages. I understand. It's what made me who I am. It got me really into like watching YouTube. I know a fair bit of my older fans can say the same thing. But I'm gonna try to get more into just like playing the games. And again, another thing why I do it is because of the music aspect of it. A lot of you guys know, if you know me personally, know I'm a massive music nerd. So like the cadences and everything with the music and all that with like the games that I play, I like it. And those are my favorite videos to edit, outside of like the extremely funny ones. Like when I'm sitting here crying, laughing because of how funny shit is. Especially when I edit it and make it funnier. I do have 2 new series coming to the channel that you guys will see soon. I need to talk to Josh about the podcast. We need to get that back rolling. It probably won't be like a set schedule. It'll probably just be a whenever we can do it type thing. He talked about doing it at his house, like us doing it in person together, which would be fantastic. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that was on that list. I'm still gonna try to proceed and do, and the Anarchy Peach finale. I need to redo that one because I have the file somewhere, but it's probably messed up and the video just wasn't really good, if I'm being honest. Spoiler, I lost. And it wasn't even like it was close. Like she beat my ass. Like I literally threw my controller on the floor. I'll throw that clip up too, if I can find. Oh my god! Come on, dude. I just want one more. I just want one more. That's all I want. That's all I want. Go. What? Fuck this game. But I already wasted enough of you guys' time. I do appreciate you guys sticking around. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. Become a son of Anarchy today. Until next time, it's been your boy Anarchy. Please stay different. Peace the fuck out.